It was one of those rare instances in contemporary hip-hop, a moment of genuine emotion amidst the chaos. Kendrick Lamar, recently returning from his groundbreaking Grand National Tour and still basking in the praise for his acclaimed album GNX, participated in an interview on The Breakfast Club. It didn't take long for the inevitable question to arise. How does he feel about being frequently compared to Eminem? Kendrick paused, offered a thoughtful smile, and leaned closer to the microphone. What came next wasn't arrogance or a soundbite designed for headlines. It was a display of respect. Welcome to celebrity rap life, where the red carpets never roll up and the spotlight never fades. The rewards are legendary. Because in celebrity rap life, every downfall can become a comeback, and every headline tells a deeper story. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a second of what's coming next. I see it as a compliment, Kendrick stated. Because I'm a student of the craft before I step into any booth. I'm well versed in my history, from Eminem's albums to those of Pac, Dre, and Snoop. If people notice elements from different artists, that's fine. Eminem is one of the greatest of all time. No one can dispute that. In that moment, Kendrick reminded everyone why he remains unique in the industry. While some artists shy away from comparisons, especially to someone as divisive as Eminem, Kendrick not only accepts it but welcomes it. Not out of arrogance, but from a place of understanding. For him, being compared to a lyrical genius like Eminem is not an insult. It's proof that the countless hours he has dedicated to studying, reflecting, and honing his craft are being recognized. Kendrick's respect for Eminem is not new. He has openly acknowledged the Detroit rapper's impact on his artistry for years. Even before they collaborated on Love Game, from the Marshall Mathers LP2 in 2013, Kendrick had been citing Eminem's complex rhyme schemes and bold storytelling as key reasons for his love of hip-hop. His wordplay is incredible, Kendrick remarked during the Breakfast Club interview, regardless of race. Hip-hop is hip-hop, and he embodies that. That phrase, hip-hop is hip-hop, captures the philosophy Kendrick has embraced since the beginning. Long before the rivalries, the Grammy wins, or the Pulitzer Prize, he has always prioritized the art over accolades, focusing more on lyrical quality than on boasting. When compared to Eminem, the similarities in their artistry are evident. Both artists emerged from backgrounds that required resilience. They each developed alter egos, Eminem with Slim Shady, Kendrick with Kida and later Kung Fu Kenny, as a way to navigate fame, trauma, and their identities. Both write with meticulous precision, crafting intricate rhyme schemes within complex narratives that challenge their audiences rather than simply appealing to them. And both have faced doubt, until they proved their critics wrong. However, their careers represent two distinct eras and potentially two different interpretations of what hip-hop signifies in America. Eminem rose in an industry still heavily influenced by racial and genre barriers, while Kendrick emerged in the age of social media, where every lyric can be analyzed and scrutinized almost instantly upon release. Eminem needed to demonstrate that a white rapper could gain respect in a predominantly black genre, while Kendrick had to show that conscious rap still had a place in mainstream music. Their collaboration on Love Game represented more than just a meeting of two rap legends. It symbolized a transfer of influence. Eminem recognized Kendrick as a kindred spirit who would uphold the tradition of authentic artistry. Their verses didn't clash. Instead, they enhanced each other. Eminem took on the role of the chaotic trickster, while Kendrick played the astute observer. The track was not about showcasing their skills. It was a collaborative exchange, and Kendrick matched Eminem's intensity line for line. Years later, Eminem has continued to be a strong supporter of Kendrick's career, praising albums like Damn and Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. When rumors about Kendrick's upcoming album, GNX, began to circulate, Eminem expressed his confidence, telling a producer backstage at a Detroit concert, "He's gonna sweep that shit. I know it." Eminem's prediction proved accurate. GNX not only topped the charts but also sparked significant discussion. Released at a time when many believed Kendrick might quietly step back after leaving TDE, the album was a powerful statement, introspective, explosive, challenging, and deeply spiritual. It reaffirmed that Kendrick Lamar is more than just a rapper. He represents a movement. Despite his success, Kendrick has never been one to boast. He often steps back when other artists seek the limelight. His humility and refusal to conform to industry pressures contribute to the ongoing comparisons with Eminem. Like Eminem at his peak, Kendrick is not focused on trends. He is dedicated to crafting better lyrics. However, while there is mutual respect, Kendrick is not trying to emulate Eminem. His artistic journey is distinctly his own. Where Eminem often used shock value and absurd violence to critique American society, Kendrick explores themes of psychology, sociology, and theology. His writing is not only sharp but also deeply philosophical. His albums read like novels, with chapters that require multiple listens to fully appreciate. When people make comparisons, Kendrick remains open-minded. He stated, "If they hear elements in different pieces, so be it. Because I studied everybody. That's what makes an artist whole. I'm not trying to be nobody, but I honor where I came from." This recognition of his influences, understanding the legacy he is part of while forging his own path, is uncommon in today's fame-driven industry. Kendrick doesn't feel the need to dismiss his inspirations to prove his worth. He knows that acknowledging the giants before him only adds to his authenticity. Not everyone shares this perspective, however. Hip-hop fans often take sides. There are Eminem stans, who consider Kendrick too intellectual, and Kendrick fans, who argue that Eminem has lost his cultural relevance. Social media thrives on these rivalries. The idea of pitting artists against each other like contemporary gladiators is prevalent, but the reality is that both Kendrick and Eminem are flourishing in their own ways and are both essential to the music scene. Kendrick's current strength lies in his maturity. With projects like GNX, the Grand National Tour, and his transition into PG Lang, where he creates visuals that address generational trauma, he demonstrates that he's not merely taking over a legacy, he's creating something entirely new. Even at this advanced stage of his career, he continues to acknowledge the influences that shaped him. In an interview, when Charlemagne asked Kendrick if he ever felt unworthy of the comparisons to Eminem, Kendrick responded without hesitation. "Every time I write a verse, I think about the ones that came before me," he said. "I think about how they made people feel. So yeah, when I hear my name next to someone like M, it reminds me to stay sharp, to keep the pen honest." That emphasis on honesty is crucial for Kendrick. Perhaps that's the most significant connection between him and Eminem. It's not just about lyrical skill or commercial success, but a raw, unfiltered honesty that pierces through the distractions. This is what makes their comparison valid and unique. In a genre that often values bravado over vulnerability, both Kendrick and Eminem have achieved the remarkable feat of speaking the truth, even when it's uncomfortable. While the similarities between them aren't flawless, and they shouldn't be, Kendrick isn't trying to outdo Eminem. He's focused on sharing his own narrative, on his own terms, with a voice that has consistently influenced the culture. If you're searching for common ground between these two rap icons, begin with their writing. Then explore the pain, the discipline, and the empathy hidden beneath the anger. That's where their connection lies. As discussions about Kendrick's role in hip-hop history grow, especially after the impactful Pop Out show and the end of his national tour, it's evident that he's no longer just part of the dialogue. He is the dialogue. Yet, he continues to reflect on the past, giving credit and showing respect to the legends who paved the way. So when Kendrick Lamar refers to being compared to Eminem as a compliment, take him at his word. It's not about copying, it's about drawing inspiration. It's about understanding that greatness is not a title but a responsibility. And Kendrick, more than anyone else in today's music scene, embodies this like a student who is always eager to learn. That, more than any tweet, list, or fan poll, is the true connection between Eminem and Kendrick. Not just their rhymes, but their respect, their ambition, and their shared history. In that history, they are both legends in the making. This story is far from over, and the truth is still unfolding. I want to hear what you think. Drop your take in the comments. And if you don't want to miss the next twist, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a second of what's coming next.